venues to watch a game in any sport and one of the best home crowds in any sport. Soldier Field in Chicago. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the New York Jets. Toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. First and 10, it's Jackson. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. Dancing to his left. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They go play action now. Jackson completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
So this game of ours, Charles, you know, the talk of the NFL world all week. 2 unbeaten teams. You rarely see such a matchup this deep into a season.
I would agree with that because normally you might get one team undefeated for a while. But 2 teams like this, and I remember in preseason, you looked at schedules and said, I think these 2 are on a collision course. It'd be interesting to see if they actually get there, and they did. And to me, the winner of this game has to wear the crown of Super Bowl favorite.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. To throw again is Jackson. Flush to his right. That is caught by McCaffrey. He's got a Jets touchdown. A great effort there. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Jets take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Gano the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. Uses the stiff arm, and he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
At the 33-yard line.
To throw is Murray. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Chicago!
It's so easy to focus on the speed and elusiveness of Kyler Murray, but as he shows right there, don't sleep on the arm strength.
And we knew that this offense was going to try and put pressure on the secondary. That was something they talked about with us. They knew that they had an advantage, pressed it, and there you go. Big play for a touchdown on their very first possession.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And this ball game, clearly the game of the year so far. It's not very often that you find two unbeaten teams playing each other this late in the season, but that's what we have here, two heavyweights in the NFL.
Right about that, and you think about recent memories, so let's take a little ginkgo right now and go down memory lane, right? 2007, 7-0 Colts, 8-0 Patriots. The Pats won 24-20. Ended up going 16-0 in the regular season before they lost in the Super Bowl against the Giants. How about 2015? 6-0 Broncos, 6-0 Packers.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Bears are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect. How
about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And this game, Charles, much talked about coming in. And you think there's a real chance this is a Super Bowl preview?
I do, because as things stand, and I'll give you a little bit of a caveat here, that maybe things will shake out a little bit if someone loses along the way. But here we are right now. These are your two current #1 seeds, and I think they're both good enough to make it to the big game.
They'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play there. They fake the handoff. Now Murray rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. That's caught inside the 20. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure is good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
45 yards rushing for him now to this point. Working with a 2nd and 4.
Now Murray. He'll buy some time right. They set up the screen for Henry. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Here's Murray. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
The greatest show on earth,
And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. So on now comes the Jets offense as they're going to go for two here. After the interception, here's Jackson escaping the pressure right.
And the Jets are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And they turned the pick 6 into a pick 8 with that two-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalized a little bit on top.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Play action. Now it's Murray. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. A first down carry for Henry. And some room to work. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. A run there with Henry as he gets forward only for about 3. Second down coming up.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Murray off play action.
Oh, looking for Waller, but this is intercepted.
Able to get there and pick it.
And the Jets are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. On 2nd and inches, Jackson eluding the pressure right. Short little throw to Ebron. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. To throw is Jackson. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty.
And the Bears are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. So they took their shot. It was a pretty good heave, but in the end, the free safety is the one who comes away with the football.
And two of the traits that you look for in a good free safety, range and decision-making. Both on display right there. And it didn't hurt that he's got a good pair of hands, too.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
And he's going to get this up to the 24-yard line.
102 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And now Murray's going to set up to throw. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Chicago!
Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
It appears they're going to throw for it with Murray. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the 2-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Flush to his right. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side.
Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted.
It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty.
And the Bears are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Well, he exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
Ace.
Play fake. Murray. He's going deep for Brown. And this will be caught at the 30. And finally out of bounds down near the 10-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago.
We know he's good at catching the
football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
Murray now on first down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Throwing now is Murray. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Hollywood Marquise Brown with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Bears have retaken the lead. They'll try and throw for it.
And the Bears are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And within trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Well, this hasn't been their cleanest first half of football. Last thing they wanted to do was give it up to the opposition, but able to keep it as it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, tough first half, no doubt about it. But if they turn it over there, now things turn a little, how would you say it, dire? And they didn't need that hassle at all. So being able to take care of the football is paramount. Fortunate bounce for them there in order to retain it.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
These two offenses have gone up and down the field so far in the first half. Finally, I say, here's a stop on 3rd down.
So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it. They'll try and throw for it here. He's going to look deep for Watkins. He's got a man, complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Quez Watkins.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Jets have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
And now again, the Jets will line up for 2. Jackson here is going to look to throw. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is a big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it, because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius, as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
As they take over with just 17 seconds left before the break.
Throwing on first down is Murray. Forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. That's caught inside the 20. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Deshaun Jackson. in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bears have once again taken the lead.
And the Bears are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And the formula there on the 2-point, trying to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play.
They'll roll him out right. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Darius Slay with a pick.
And the Bears are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play.
With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Yeah, Coach, certainly no shortage of action in those first 2 quarters. Definitely got to work on my touchdown calls, so we'll see how much voice I have left for the second half here.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down. Murray now. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Murray and company going for it on 4th. And this is caught. It's Brown. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Bears. Marquise Brown, his 21st touchdown of the season as the Bears push further out in front. They'll look to throw. Complete at the 1, so unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit.
And a little spin cycle, room to run now. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a big play that time by the Jets. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. 1st down and more for Jackson. And finally marked down at the 23. Jackson on 1st down. His throw incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at about the Bears' 14. On 3rd and 1, Jackson eluding the pressure right. And this is caught by Watkins for a Jets touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Jets have made this a one-score game. Here's Jackson to throw. On the move to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On 2nd and 2, Murray flush to his right. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the 3rd quarter.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Again, it's Henry. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
It's a gain of 4. Brings us 3rd and 6.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. Jonathan Abram picks it. And the Jets force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. So the deep ball giveth, and now the deep ball taketh away.
And you're getting deep on me here. I like that. Going to the next level in what you're thinking. And when you think about all the success he's had throwing the football so far, sometimes when you're doing that, you think you're invincible out there. But he was given a cold dose of reality on that throw.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Jackson buying time to his left. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. That after the sack. Oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Here's Jackson on third and long. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Here we go. It's Jackson on fourth down. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Mecole Hardman, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. From the gun, Jackson. And my goodness, another interception. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Jets are right back in this football game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. A big mistake there. You just got the lead fourth quarter, and now they start at the 40. The Bears in good field position to start out first and 10 at their own 42. And a busy night for Henry continues. Strong run, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. Caleb Farley there on the tackle. On second and 9, Murray flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
First down, Murray. Got a man, it's Darren Waller. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Hey.
On first down, Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
It's a loss of the yard. Brings up second and 11 at the 26-yard line.
On second and 11 now, Murray. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Oh, they hate that. Wipes out the big play.
And I know this is the NFL, so they would probably fine you for this type of a penalty. But when I was in college, you used to have to do up-downs for the number of yards that you cost a team in a big play.
McCaffrey following the penalty. Showed a good move, but quickly corralled just beyond the 10-yard line. Another run with McCaffrey on second down. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's fourth down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. They'll run on first down. It's Henry. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Less than 2 minutes to play. Down to the wire we go in a 1-point game. So the Bears with a football here as we welcome you back. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, second and goal. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Derrick Henry with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead. Lutz with the extra point. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time is a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And some space here. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Escaping the pressure right. And this is caught. He's got it for a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, it's all going to come down to a 2-point conversion.
The touchdown's massive, but now they've got to have 2 to possibly take this to overtime.
Listen to this crowd now. Their guys need a stop on this 2-point conversion. Here's Jackson. And he will get in. The 2-point conversion is good, and we may be on our way to overtime. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Eluding the pressure right. He's going deep for Brown. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's in! Are you kidding me?
How do you get that up?
The most improbable ways to finish a game, and they do win it on the final play. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win, it's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Where were they clicking on offense?
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and keep